Hello guys, welcome back. Now we are in the most important section of reading the files. It's very important guys, reading a file actually. You guys know, right? To provide a input of a tool, we actually load the text file as a input. So we need to use some file operations here. So to provide an input file, again I'm creating a new folder called file reader or files, something like that. Okay. Let me create a file reader. Okay, so inside I'm using a module called const line reader module. I'm using a line reader. It's actually variable name, so you can use it however you want. Require, inside the require I'm using line reader. So we don't have line reader, so we have to install it in our machine. So in previously we installed the Yaks, right? We installed Yaks. Here you can see the Yaks is added to our dependencies. Likewise, I'm npm I and I'm putting this one. So see, it's automatically added to our machine. Okay, that's all. So that's a good thing. I'm using an npm. Okay, that's the main thing. I'm using an npm. We can use it for any purpose. Okay. So in last case, we just exported the function, but this time I'm going to show you some new trick called creating a class and exporting the class. Okay, so likewise you can actually call it with a new object. Okay, so new reader, this is a reader function, I'm using it here. So now I'm creating a constructor to use this class function. Okay, so inside the constructor I'm going to provide one argument called a path. Okay, path. So where the path, if we got the path, then only we can print it, right? So we can use the path here. So inside the constructor I'm going to use the line reader where I created here. So and each line, so what this line reader will do, it will read the input file name and print one by one. Okay, it just print one by one. Okay, so that's what it's doing. Let me use the path. Okay, it throw two kind of object. One is line, another one is last. Okay, let me throw back to the window. What happened? Okay, it's closed here. I don't want to close it here. I want to close it here. Okay, so yeah, now the error is gone. Now we can use console.log where we can print the line. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now we need to export this, right? So after exporting only we can use it to our code exports. So why I'm doing this, why I can't import this code in the index.js itself, why I'm creating multiple files, and why I'm doing this hard stuff means there is a good use case method that I'm going to tell you. If you are doing multiple tasks, if the program wants to read the file each time, you have to write the same code in multiple times, right? But if you created a separate class, you can just call the class in single line. Actually you can load the data. Okay, it's like creating a library and sharing to all the code that they want. Okay, so that's the main thing. I'm using classes and export modules here. Okay, so I'm just giving assigner here, file reader, and then I'm linking with this reader. That's all guys. Oops, again add it here. I have to add it here. Okay, yeah, that's it guys. Okay, that's all. Okay, now we are going to use this file reader inside here. Okay, so we know if we get input, the input should be a file. Okay, we created a here, or why we can't create a new one. Okay, why we can't create a new one? So here we have input. Instead of input I use L for providing a list of file. Okay, l list. Okay, list. So I added to here. Okay, it's important one. And here we are going to read the file. Okay, so first we need to create some logic functions. Okay, that's very important. First it check for okay, I don't want to terminate the code here itself. So first it check for it has a h or not. Okay, if it has h, it will throw. If it doesn't have h, it go to else block. So currently now we don't want this else block. Instead we just use some arithmetic functions. Okay, not I mean the true or false based functions. Okay, argv dot l, we just created l not equal to null. Okay, null. So whether if this function is not equal to null, or if argv dot list, okay, whether it can be a l or list, anything. It's according to user perspective, right? We don't know, they may be a provide a l or minus list, or we don't know, right? Not equal to null. Okay, so which means if l or list contain any of the value or a random value, okay, then execute this command, then you have to execute this one. Okay, so what we are what we are going to provide here. First condition true, we just call the condition true dot log got something like that. I'm just for I'm using this for just for a debugging kind of stuff. Okay, okay, now we haven't got anything. Okay, condition got. Okay, super. I just assigned the word, but I haven't assigned the value, so I have to check what's happening here. What I'm getting, condition true, which means it's actually in true state, not the value state. Okay, so if I add l, then only it's taking the l value. So we have to create another function here. One is if, again I'm just using a same concept like here. I'm adding another if here. Okay, but this time I'm using a equal. Okay, equal true and equal true. Why? Because by default it's taking true value which doesn't have any input file. Okay, without if we haven't provided input file, the program will take consider as a true and it start running. Okay, so which we want, it's not a good part of the developing a tool. Okay, the user may get error, right? So we implemented this concept, and now we can provide our help menu. Okay, we can provide our help menu here. This is not the way that we are going to provide. We have to provide a value. Okay, we have to provide a value. Okay, yeah, again return the function. We are using a return keyword to return the function. Okay, so if else, so which means if the program has some random value. Okay, if the program has some random value, then print the output. Okay, so then we have to print the output. So how we are going to use, so if the tool is starting, I like to use the help intro, which only display the tool name. Okay, after that I can use the new. First I need to import the file reader module here, right? So let me import it. Const and file. Let me use the file reader, or okay, file is enough. That's what I'm going to call. And then I'm just copying this one. Okay, I don't want to write all the codes here, and here I'm using file reader.js. That's enough. Okay, yeah. So this is the file that I'm going to use. Okay, so now I'm going to use the file object here, file dot file reader. Okay, file dot file reader. After that I'm going to provide a input. Okay, whether it can be rgb.l, I don't know, maybe the user may provide el, or they may provide a rgb.list. We don't know which one, we don't know anything. They can provide by anything. Okay, so if any one of this has true value, it will consider. When the true function will work, if we provide the assign the value, then only it will work, right? So that case. Okay, yeah. Now we just okay, now we just use this one, cat or recon. Sorry, I think I have a live inside the no, I don't have live. Okay, no issues. Recon. Okay, here we have something, Google. Okay, I don't have live sites here now, so let me create one. Subfinder -d google.com. okay, and I want to load all this data into httpx and t-a live.txt. okay, I think this command will work. Let me see. Yeah, it's working. We are getting, yes, we are getting, right? We are getting here output. Okay, this is enough. This is enough for testing purpose. Okay, I don't want to go into hunt here. So what now we are going to do? If we type blankly, but we are not getting a like help menu, right? So what should I do to make this work? Okay, we will see later. Okay, we will see later. So this condition is not going to work here. Okay, -l live.txt. okay, this is what I'm going to provide. So now what I'm going to get in return, I want to display the outputs, right? Displaying the outputs. Okay, that's good. Right? Here you can see it's displaying, but the problem here is we are getting the output, but we are not storing into text file. Okay, so in this case we learn how to read the code and write it in output. Now we can actually customize it however we want. Okay, like URLs. Okay, URLs equal to something like this. You can actually add some more customizable values here. Just use the same thing. Now you can see the URLs added, right? So it's just the concept of reading the input file using a Nodejs by creating a CLI tool. Okay, it's just a CLI tool. We are doing this. In next video we will see how to store the data into text file. Okay, reading and storing the files into another one. Okay, yeah guys, so thank you for watching this video.